So apparently we touched on the lead magnet last episode.
Yep.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
we
did.
should unpack it more today.
We did touch
So I
on
want
the
to go
lead
into
magnet.
like content scheduling and stuff. So we did the campaign workshop in Standout PT yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is always really fun. It's watching people like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not so scary.
Remove the overwhelm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny as I knew a guy in Standout at the moment, and I showed him the current Learn one. So it's like, here's the 3 reels a week that are campaign, here's the 3 that aren't. Landing page, this is this, and I showed the Google Doc, and he was just like,
What is
it's
this?
so fucking simple.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, like the other way, I was like, if I had shown you this folder at the start of today, you all would have just went,
Yeah.
I am leaving the
What the fuck
fitness
is
industry.
this? What is this shit? Yeah.
You want me to make how many fucking reels?
Mm.
But yeah, instead it was just, we did the outline, and I was like, you just add this layer, and this layer, and this layer, and this layer, and he was like, got it.
Yep.
You obviously make all the SEC fit lead magnets.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Just a rogue.
I think we spoke last time about, do you need one? I don't think you do. I think you just need to have a call to action permanently in something that you're talking about.
At the start, baby, yeah.
Yeah, because I think with the campaign creator, what I was trying to get across to the guys, so we say marketing campaign, and it sounds really scary and bougie and all of that for personal trainers, but it's really just like call it a content calendar. Which is what most people call it.
Yeah, like a themed content
Yeah,
calendar.
but it's not fucking wanky.
Yeah.
It's not like fucking
Yeah.
swap this for that Tuesday. It's like that's
Yeah.
that's nothing.
Like fast food swaps and shit.
Yeah, it's like you still have to sit down on the day and think like, what swap am I going to do today? And it's not tied to anything. There's no message, there's no consistency, there's no branding,
Yeah, it's
there's
just
no personality.
information.
It's just like, if I post this, people will click like. And that's,
Yeah, it's just stuff.
fuck, it doesn't make any sales. That's how you say big accounts with no clients. Instead, the goal of your social media should be to present yourself as an authority in a space.
Yep.
So people know you as the person.
Yep.
Some people even put it in their names. Like they have the Instagram, like the muscle doc. It's like,
Yep.
I know, I'm pretty sure Jordan hates that now. He wishes he could have changed it.
Yeah, you can't now, though.
No, and he said that. It's like, it got too far
It's
away
there
from
forever.
me.
Yeah.
It's like, you'll see like such and such strength coach or whatever that are trying to define that message.
Yep.
And then the content not always is aligned with it.
Yep.
So the lead magnet, really, in my opinion, the lead magnet doesn't actually do that much. It's the content you build around it and the authority you build from having it.
Yep.
Do you agree?
To a certain point.
Mm.
Yeah.
You think a higher quality lead magnet,
I think it all.
have you seen it convert?
I think it's all valuable, though. Like,
Yeah.
because there's benefit to giving something of value to somebody already positions you in a better, steed than if you didn't have it.
Agreed.
And then but you still have to have a consistent message in your content that is of the same kind of
To drive them there.
wavelength as the magnet, though. Like, you can't have a horrible Instagram page with no message and no distinct identity, and then just have something of value to give away. Like, that's not gonna convert that much.
Yeah.
There still needs to be some consistency on, here's what I'm giving away as a value add to you for free.
Yeah.
And then when you land on the page, it's like, it makes sense why you would do that, because it's whatever you're giving away is a subfraction of what you offer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. But I still think there's value in the magnet as well.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we organically built, like we filled our books with our online coaching really manually.
Yep.
Like, we were like, video stories, outreach, polls, etc. And like, if we like were able to get a conversation with someone, like, we would have that conversation.
Yep.
So there was a lot of manual work.
Mm-hmm.
I think now, like, is reputation, referrals, but then we can maintain the I guess, like, the current levels that we're at as a business as well, because we give away good quality shit for free.
Yep.
And but the page is still on the same wavelength as the magnet.
Yeah.
Because the reels are good, like the content is good, all that stuff is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Have you had many people come through that are like, I downloaded this and now I want to do coaching?
I don't really ask them. I probably should.
Or just even names that you see pop up, hey?
Yeah, but I get a lot of people that are like, my friend, my partner, my this told me to. So they've most likely either seen the content, downloaded the free shit, or a combination of all that, and then when their friend's like, I need an online coach, they're like, go see this guy.
Yeah. It's interesting. That's my only I guess caveat is for the people that don't have one, don't not do it because you don't have a good lead magnet. Because in my experience, people that download the lead magnet aren't necessarily the people that buy.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to buy straight away, I'd say, because you want to try
You're trying to figure it out.
You're trying to figure it out, but there'll become a point. But that's where it's important to have everything. We talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Because you want those people are like, oh, it's a 3 to 6 month down the track type thing for them.
Yeah.
So they're going to implement it. They're going to make it work for them. Then they're going to hit a roadblock of like, all right, I need something personal. You're in the forefront of their mind because you still show up, obviously, on top of that with the message. So then when they get to that roadblock, you're the first person they come to.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a very small, like, the odds or the percentage of people that are downloading something for free that are in that like willing to buy mindset. So it's like even they say it's like 3%. Like it's probably even less than that if they're going down the free information
of the
route.
people that have done that they've already not in that class. It's fine.
Yeah. So you'd probably be more wanting to think about those guides as like conscious, aware, or maybe not consciously aware of a problem.
Yeah.
But they're the people that you want to work with.
Yeah.
So then they look at it and they're like, oh, this is all the stuff I'm fucking up with. But now I know there's more. I need to take this to the next level. Yeah.
Yeah. So whether you do or don't have a lead magnet, if you wanted to build one, the ones we've done that are successful, you've got good feedback about, what would you say they need?
As in, what do you need inside the lead magnet itself?
So if you're going to make a guide, you're going to make a program, you're going to make a whatever, what's required?
I think it needs to be you got to start with like, who's the person that you're working with, and the problems that they face. Like it has to, at the end of the day, it has to come down to that first. Because then you've got to work out like, what problem are you going to solve for that person has? And then how are you going to make it as valuable as possible for free?
Yep.
Because then after that, it's easy, right?
Yep.
Like if the person, if it is a glute guide, if it is tracking your macros, if it is
ultimate squat guide,
a fat loss cheat sheet, if it is a squat guide, you can do a squat guide that's like universally throw over like the whole industry, or you can make a squat guide for a specific type of person. So you need I don't think the squat guide, the universal squat guide bangs as hard as the squat guide that is for. So then, once you kind of have a really clear idea of who that person is and you create this guide, it's like, then you go in on the benefits of it. It has to instantly change their behavior.
Yep.
It has to instantly give them something. As soon as they read that guide, there has to be something that instantly is beneficial to them.
Yep.
I think that's the best place to start.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the same with the value add in the consult. Like we talk about, like what's the thing that if the person signed up or didn't, they instantly walk away from that consult and get something that changes their life.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to change their life in total. It just has to alter their life in a positive way towards their goals. The lead magnet should do the same.
Yeah,
but it should solve a problem, but it should create another one.
Yeah.
So it is, this general approach that they're going to get generalized help with, and then they're going to hit to a point and go, hang on, how do I make adjustments for me, and how do I make this squat work for me and my stance and my grip, and I cave when I lift up through the upper back, like how do I fix that? And that's like a personalized program, and working on your upper back strength, and maybe front loading your squat so that you stand more upright, like whatever.
Yeah.
That's when they start to ask the question of like, maybe I need to get a coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I think next one I'm going to do is actually going to be a powerlifting guide.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, the guides I've got coming are like they're not universals. Like, you're already squatting.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to watch this and go into the gym the first time and pick up a barbell.
Yeah.
Like, I'm squatting, and then all of these things are probably shit that my clients that compete still miss. Like just the nuanced level of detail. And then I'm going to do like become a powerlifter. Like your first powerlifting meet, what you need to do, what you need to think about, all of that. It'll be interesting to see which one does better. Like if the more specific, because I was, as you were saying that, I was like, oh, maybe I should call like the squat one like your first double bodyweight squat or something like that.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, compared to like your first powerlifting meet being more specific, I'd be curious to see which one.
Yeah, I would say that if you assign a metric to the outcome,
yeah,
you're going to get more people dialed in. Like you won't necessarily get as many, but you'll get really high quality.
Yeah,
kind of leads from that.
Yeah,
because you want to work with people who want a double bodyweight squat.
Yeah,
like you don't want to work with someone who like can't put a bar on their back.
Yeah,
I mean, no, sorry.
No, I don't want to. I can't really online.
Your demographic most of the time are already comfortable with that. So that was probably a poor choice of words.
Yeah, and it's just value.
Yeah,
like a lot of the consults I do, and anyone that I've ever turned away or suggested like maybe go somewhere else, is like my value as your coach is I'm very good at programming. I'm very good at periodizing nutrition, and I'm very good at getting you to believe in yourself. If you're not motivated, you can't go to the gym, you don't know your way around, you're insecure about training.
Yeah, it's not a good fit.
Like the boundary online is too big for me to cross well.
Correct.
When you could just pay what you pay me for an hour with a trainer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's not just like I don't want to. It's because I had a fucking great time at U-Strong doing that.
Yeah, true.
And I think the only reason I reiterate that is because it's important for trainers to hear it.
Yep.
Just because you want a book of competitors, it should be fun to get everyone to squat. Yeah.
So I took a challenge on last week. I signed a client up and I was like, this isn't the client I work with.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it.
Like weight loss or something?
Yeah, it was just like someone who I've had a client in a similar position many moons ago who I did really well with. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's time to do it again.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, training 4 or 5 days a week, like everything in check. It was someone who's like not in a great way, unfortunately, for many reasons. And I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's not my client.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm willing to take the challenge on. Fuck it.
Yeah. If you're committed, I am. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what that whole like your niche isn't your market, right? Your market's way bigger.
Yeah.
Your skill set's good. Yeah.
All right. So needs to hit a pain point very specifically.
Yeah. Pain point, instant value.
Yeah.
Solves a problem, creates another.
Yep. Have you noticed success rates differing in length, or feedback? Let's say.
From what people have told me, the shorter is the better. But I think the people that I work with learn and want to know and are either coaches or enthusiasts of fitness. So they will dive into something a little bit more detailed.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's just understanding the person that you have, that you work with.
Yeah.
Like the average of the clientele you have.
Yeah.
So mine's like a personal trainer, obviously, because 70% of my guys are coaches, and the other 30 are like interested in fitness. So they do want to know. They don't want to just be told what to do. Yeah,
it's interesting. I can't remember Mitch. Shout out Mitch in Standout.
Yep. Good guy.
Fucking loves it.
Yeah.
Just like loves it.
Ask great questions too.
Yeah. Very cerebral. I think is a good word to describe him. Very thinky, all detail, all of that. So he has trouble when we do workshops like, no, the heading's a line. He's like, but it's 6. So he has trouble with that. And like one thing I sort of said to him is like, and I got this from Jess yesterday as well. Oh, Voldemort. It's been a while.
True.
It's been a while. We're going to get Jess back in the studio. Maybe next week.
We do.
Now that I think she's got Fridays off now.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be good. That'd be fun. We haven't done that in ages.
And tell everyone how the gym we opened is doing that we don't talk about it anymore. It's doing well, just to be clear. We're not talking about it because it's going shit.
Jess just disappears. It's because it's not.
So yeah, back to Mitch. So if that's how you communicate and you find it really clunky and challenging to be punchy, maybe it's okay to accept your audience also talks like that. Especially online, like there's enough people.
Yeah.
There's enough out there that are also nerdy and want all the details and the nuance and they want to unpack it, and they aren't Jason's clients that are like big weight lift bro.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a good example of that is Ben Mayfield.
Yep.
Some of the most nuanced and longer form, short form content, but is doing very well.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think sometimes it's okay to just lean into what you're comfortable with and good at.
Yeah, well, you need to be able to articulate your message, right? So
Yeah.
I think lean into whatever that is, whether it is longer or shorter.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, you want someone to come away with the message that you were trying to deliver.
Of course. Yeah, as long as it's not wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking in circles.
Yeah.
But you got to practice. So if it is longer, it's sweet. The more you do it, you'll be able to shave it down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I've gone the opposite with this guide. Same. We talked about it last week. It was like, this is going to be for my clients. So
yeah.
If you want to compete, you'll read the 30 pages you need to read of all three guides.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried my best to do both. So it's like there's a short summary part, and then it's, it's like for the ones that want more detail.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, sometimes it's just like,
yeah,
I'm not going to put all this effort in to summarize something for you.
Agreed.
Because you're not going to get the value.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to come out of it and instantly do something that could change your day, your life, your results.
Yeah.
So if you are one of those people that's committed, you'll go the extra step.
Yeah.
Because all the clients that I have that do well are the extra step type people.
Yeah.
Like they're willing to do what it takes. You almost have to, like a fucking caged lion, you got to hold them back and shit,
Yeah. I wish I had my squat guide when I started squatting.
Wish I had everything when I started.
Yeah. But it's like, I was that guy.
Yeah.
30 pages, let's go. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like how do I get the YouTube videos from this back then to my TV with like a HDMI cord to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see it. That's going to be my afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you have an idea of the type of person you want to work with, what you deliver and how it's put together is a really big litmus test for or a way of like filtering that field.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want someone who watches a 30-second video and thinks they're an expert on an exercise.
Yeah.
And then starts challenging people with like decades of fucking experience, and I don't want those people.
Yeah.
So I want to create
Clearly Jason is not on TikTok.
I want to create a message and information for someone who is going to put the time into their own skills and habits and their ability, and I am there to help harness it.
Yeah.
I am there to help push it in the direction that it should be, and the content that I create is how I filter that. Yeah. Because you're an 18-year-old kid and you see a 30-page guide, you're like, fuck that, I can't pay attention for that long. It's like, sweet, well, how are you going to pay attention when I do your check-ins and when we do, there's all these little things.
Your workout goes for 9
minutes.
It's
like, that's it. You got your workout, your check-ins, you got your supplement protocol, your nutrition protocol, and it's like, you have to pay attention and know all of that, and then you got to plan ahead. Yeah. If you can't read a fucking A4 sheet of paper with a bunch of words on it, you're not ready. Yeah. You're not ready. You're not old enough, mature enough to do that yet. Yeah.
And then I think if you're for you listening, you then need to consider if you've got the opposite client, it needs to be suitable for them.
Absolutely.
So we've done it. We made the most complicated spreadsheet ever before MyFitnessPal existed, which was MyFitnessPal on a page.
It's pretty good.
And to be fair, we had some genest of poppist clients do it.
Yeah, and we're fucking killing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, fuck it. Make it all complex. Don't worry about it. I was going to say, like, make it really, like, here's a checklist and here's easy, low friction for your clientele.
But you and I knew it.
We fucking dominated.
No, so. But like... yeah, but we were so good at it.
Yeah, I know.
That we made it simple.
Yeah.
So when the conversations happen, you know what?
We
it
made
was
a complex
the people that wanted
IT
it.
system.
The people that wanted it learnt because they asked the right questions, and we were able to help them.
Yeah.
Because there were ones that didn't apply themselves, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was too complicated.
Yeah.
But it was too complicated because they didn't try.
Yeah.
So we were able to harness the ones again that were willing to put the work in. And then the ones that just looked at the numbers and just went, I don't know how to do this. They just gave up, didn't ask us how to to help them out or whatever. And that's how.
Yeah.
But that was the start. Again, that's the start of us having the people we have today.
Yeah. It's being able to communicate that to regular folk.
Putting them on the hypertrophy programs and all of that stuff. Like, you and I are throwing them in the deep end rather than, we're talking about how people work from the bottom.
Yeah.
We always started up the top.
Yeah.
And it's like, now we both have books of clients that we can start at the top and
not move much.
You don't have to pivot.
Yeah.
But that's not an accident. It's because we always treated everybody with the greatest amount of respect because we were like, your potential is up here.
Yeah.
How can we meet where you're at?
The only caveat to that is to continue to respect them no matter how far down they come.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
That's
because there's a
really
lot of
good
coaches
point.
that are like, I'm starting from the top, and if you don't fucking like it, fuck off.
If you're here, it's
like, nah, bro.
The challenge for you as the coach is to bring them up.
Yeah.
Like that shows that is actually a test of how good you are at your job.
Yeah.
Because anyone can work with like somebody who just follows it and does the thing. If you can bring somebody up who's here to there, like you're a good communicator, you're a good motivator, you're good at your job, your skills, your programming, all of that, it shows how good you are.
Yeah. And they're where the best transformations happen.
Yeah, and then that's when you attract.
Wise. Like, if you start with just eat protein every meal and go to the gym 3 times a week, if you can start there, and then you've got tracking, squat, bench, deadlifts, competitions, blah, 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 they're the ones. You look at the befores, the afters of both performance and body composition and mentality and confidence and real-world life impact. Like, they're the ones, man.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is hard getting the balance right. Like, I know I kind of just shat on the way where you were going with that, like with us.
Yeah.
But you've got to be,
No, but I think, so yes and no. So we didn't have MyFitnessPal, right? You and I sat down with NutLab on the fucking computer and a piece of paper and wrote down, all right, and I need 50 grams of protein because Pollock would laugh for breakfast.
Yeah.
I need to have it from steak. And I need this much fat, and I need to have it from nuts. I'm going to put some brown sauce on it and eat it. So we write it down, and I need 3 cups of spinach.
Yep.
Then we write the next meal. Then we write the next meal. And we were like, our clients won't do this.
No.
So we went and got all that data, put it into a spreadsheet, and then it just said, eat these amounts of these foods this many times a day.
Yeah, it was like a table, eh? So we had all the main protein sources, fat sources, and carb sources. You just pick.
You set your macros at the top.
Yeah.
And then off you go.
Yeah.
So it's just like every meal you need 200 grams of chicken or 220 grams of rump steak or whatever. The only shortcoming with it was we couldn't track the overlap.
Yeah, that was the hard part, right? Because there was trace amounts, but we could do it now.
Yeah, everyone was low on. Everyone got their calories set lower.
Correct.
Because we couldn't track like the fat in their meat.
Well, there were trace
carbs
amounts
in their
of
fats and
all
that kind of shit.
We definitely could now because I've got the algorithm. In my head, I know how I would do that.
Yeah, we just didn't have the software to do it then.
Yeah, but I also didn't understand the spreadsheets like I do now because I could definitely just put the nutritional qualities and then there's like a total amount at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still fucking good.
It worked. People were in good shape.
That's when the Cytel, the cycle diet, manifested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we were doing it.
Remember we had the dashboard and shit as well. Like Pat made the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hectic, man.
Yeah,
printed out like the 4 weeks.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it was fucking light years ahead of
bro.
The time, right?
I don't know what it is yet, but there's something in the next 12 months. I'm gonna say it on the podcast here. There's something that we're gonna do that's gonna be like that again. Because we had it for ages. Like no one else is doing this.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. We had an online coaching platform before online coaching was a thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend that.
It's pretty expensive.
It's very expensive, and if no one's ready for it, no one buys it.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to market it too, it's pretty tough.
Ouch. Did you see Max's post? The mistakes I've made?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put that on there. 50 G's later.
Yeah.
Okay. So what point we were trying to make with all of that? Whatever thing that you're going to make needs to meet the client where they are, respect them enough to push that standard as high as you can, but be able to turn the dial back.
Yeah, and just do it in a way that you feel comfortable to deliver the message and your ability is at its greatest.
Yeah. Yeah. So that turned into resources then and actually turned into our nutrition model. So this applies not to just building a lead magnet.
Yeah.
Because the content that you have in your app needs to be the same.
Yeah.
Your onboarding, if you got a 25-minute onboarding video and you got Gen Pump clients, no one's watching it.
Yeah.
And how many times do you hear that in stand out?
Yeah, I
Fuck,
was
I've
actually...
got one and no one watches it.
Yeah, I did a mentoring call with someone the other day. And
Or you have 30 people watching and it's on mute and no one tells you.
Yeah, fucking hell. Wow. But yeah, I had a mentoring call with one of the guys the other day, and we were talking about the onboarding process for them, like how do they layer it. And the first question I asked them was like, who are the people that you work with?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so do you think is it better to just like prioritize, like make the totem pole of like, what do they need to know? And what's the number one thing that you want that person coming in first week? Training, obviously.
Yeah.
Knowing how to use the program, knowing what their workouts are for the week.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so that's the first reminder. Maybe it's an email, just to remind them, and you tell them in their first week as well. Next week's nutrition.
Yeah.
You got all the resources. Which one's the one you want them to read first? What do you want them to know next about nutrition, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's like, what could you onboard someone over or like orientate them over 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Just so they don't get that overwhelm. Where like someone like the clients that say maybe Ben and I work with, it could just be one kind of video. This is everything you need to know.
It's usually a video of their program.
Yeah, this is it.
How to use the app is in the app, and then they get a video from us.
Yeah, this is
This
where
is
we're
your
starting.
first program.
Yeah.
And your nutrition's this.
Correct. Yeah.
In a few weeks, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So my take home from all of that, and I guess the approach that I'm taking at the moment, make resources for your client and make them public.
Yeah.
And I actually, to the point where I wrote it, and then I was like, hey, ChatGPT, this is my thing. Can you please add a 2-week free coaching offer to anyone that downloads the guide? And it put it like a little bit at the start and then at the very end.
Yep.
Like it was just, this could go in the app tomorrow. Because it's built for my clients. And then I just added a CTA.
Yeah.
I think if you come at it from there, it'll be way better than if you...
I need to make this to get clients. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to make a sales document that I'm going to hide shit and deliberately not include. Like there's not much about programming in there because I'm like, even I think in the video, I'm like, I could talk for 12 hours about programming.
Yeah.
But for now, squat twice a week, once heavy, once kind of skill-based, and you should be okay. That's it.
Nice.
Because I was like, this becomes too big.
Yeah.
Not because...
And you lose the message too.
I don't want to give you that.
Yeah.
It's like,
gatekeeping the knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you have enough information here. We'll talk about programming another time.
Yeah, and you lose the message. It becomes blurrier the more shit you add, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just got to really be great at honing in on what the actual thing is. That's
But yeah, if you sit down to make one, make it for your clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're going to do a 7-day strength program, what is the intro program you would give clients that signed up that have a strength goal?
Yep.
Write the best one and give it away for free. So they're still up there, I think. Like we did the weekend intensive. We've packaged those workshops as giveaways.
Yeah.
Like the Value Compass is up there. I think there was a couple of other ones we did. Because they're awesome. But it's like 1 out of 14 units in standout.
Yeah, and it solves some problems but creates more.
Yeah, so from a marketing standpoint, it still wins. Because you're never going to be able to do everything in one guide.
Yeah, and you're never going to know how to do it 100% to the capacity that you have because you need some guidance to do it.
Correct.
But it's still better than nothing that you had previous before that, so it still solves a problem.
But it's way better quality than if I made a resource that was like some vague copy. Say the Value Compass, like if I made a vague, you just need to know who your client is, their problems, and
just like
what you do,
like
and
niching, a general like niching.
Yeah, it's fucking useless.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Semester one.
Business coaching. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we're fucking.
Just talk about niching.
We're in year 4, guys. Like,
talk about niching up your prices. Business coach.
Yeah. I made
wear a suit. with no clothes, sit next to an expensive car, business coach.
Yeah. I was actually going to say, sit in your fucking parents' third bedroom and tell us how you made 10 grand last month. Sure, bro. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was going to be a rabbit hole, but I'm leaving it alone.
Yeah, let's not become salty this early in the day. It's Wednesday. It's not Friday.